Hello everyone, and welcome to my General Hospital YouTube channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. I had been buddies with the former leading man on General Hospital for 8 years. They had brawled together at the Level 8 restaurant in downtown Los Angeles the evening before he passed away. He escorted Joy to her car at the conclusion of their shift. Everything happened in an instant, she stated, when they discovered criminals tampering with his automobile. I've come to compare it to a tipped-over glass of water. You're frantically trying to catch it before it spills all over, but it just goes through your fingertips and disappears. Wachter thought his car was being towed at first. He moved in front of Joy to protect her when it became evident that this was untrue. He threw himself back into my arms as soon as I heard the shot ring into the night, she recalled. As I reached for him, I yelled, "Honey, you okay?" And all he could say was, "Nope, pinch." After we fell down the pavement, I tried to support his body by pushing my legs beneath his and yelling for help, and for him to stay with me. Running over, a security guard started CPRing Wachter. But my goodness, he battled to remain, Joy recalled, adding that the shot was too close range, too extreme of a wound for him to survive it. Because I was with him, and this didn't happen to him alone. That's the only thing that gives me peace. Seeing these terrible men brought to justice will be my only other source of peace. Laura will undoubtedly be disturbed by the scenario, regardless of whether it has to do with Sonny Corinthos, Morris Bernard, attack on Dex Heller, Evenhofer, or something else. Curtis Ashford will inform Brooke Keir's character Portia Robinson that there must be more to the story, so the two of them will take on a task and work to uncover the real truth. He'll talk to Elizabeth Baldwin, Rebecca Herbst, after his conversation with Harrison Chase, and try to get her to understand that Hamilton Finn, Michael Easton, recently lost his father. Finn was deeply affected by Gregory Chase's death, so Chase will persuade Liz to recognize that as the cause of his unusual behavior. Liz will still worry about Finn's sobriety, but Chase will guarantee that he will be monitored and supported to stay on course. Adam J. Harrington's character John Jagger Cates at Kie will rave about someone who is playing directly into the hands of another person. John might question Carly Spencer, Laura Wright, about her meetings with Jack Brennan, claiming that she is interfering with the FBI's probe. Carly will eventually speak with Molly Lansing Davis as well, and she will demand that whatever she says should remain private. When Carly provides updates on Sonny's most recent happenings, Molly might become even more alarmed about his erratic behavior and the toll it's having on Kristina Corinthos Davis. When Steve Burton's character Jason Morgan tries to warn Sonny that he's in serious trouble, Sonny will object and pretend that Jason no longer has any influence over his life. However, in Friday's episode, Jason will make a choice that enrages Sonny, which will result in even more strife. Jason will also be on edge due to a possible warehouse attack. Jason might believe Sonny sent someone after him at first because it appears that someone will arrive armed. Of course, given that Pikeman is still working on Jason's elimination scheme, this could potentially be someone sent by Valentin Cassadin. In any case, Jason will undoubtedly survive to tell the story, but he may have some developing concerns and may even forecast that the threat will worsen. According to General Hospital spoilers, Jason will need to take every precaution to keep himself safe, so keep checking back. Damian Spinelli, Bradford Anderson, patched a computer fault at Maxie Jones, Kirsten Storm's apartment for James West James, who asked him to move back in. Georgie Spinelli, Lily Fisher, also agreed. Maxie formally requested that Spinelli return to their apartment because she missed him as well, after Felicia Scorpio, Christina Wagner, took the children for ice cream. Maxie insisted they could be a couple and take things gently, even though Spinelli initially turned her down, because he didn't want to just be her roommate. Before the kids arrived home and heard the good news, Spinelli and Maxie shared a kiss, with Spinelli agreeing to sleep in the guest room for the time being and waiting for Maxie to be ready. Molly Lansing Davis was at Bobby's when she finished talking to Dante Falconieri, Dominic Samprogna, and saw the battered face of Dex Heller, even Hofer. When Molly bumped into Blaze outside, he mistook her for someone who understood what had transpired following the wedding, and revealed that Kristina Corinthos Davis, Kate Mancy, was still vulnerable. Blaze acknowledged that Kristina saw Sonny Corinthos, Morris Bernard, hit Dex in a furious manner after Molly pressed for details, but she added that the infant was okay. When Dex returned inside, he told Dante that he had made the decision not to file charges against Sonny. Dex acted as though it wasn't worth it since he knew Sonny would have him killed after a short time in the slammer, but mostly for the sake of Kristina and the baby. Kristina and Sam McCall, Kelly, were concerned about their mother at Alexis Davis, Nancy Lee Grant house when Sam made a suggestion that Kristina was doing the right thing, even if it meant putting Sonny in danger. Kristina saw that Sam was referring to the mayhem that followed the wedding, so she brought up the fact that Dex had already made the decision not to file charges. Kristina was conflicted about that. After a while, Alexis arrived before Molly joined them for a family lunch, so she received some consolation from her daughters on Harrison's death from Gregory Chase. During lunch, Alexis also had an opportunity to update everyone on her hearing, mentioning Fergus Burns' involvement and the fact that Ava Jerome, Maura West, had reported her for perjury. Sam took Kristina over to Bobby's so she could have a conversation with Dante when he texted her. Molly was then forced to respond to Alexis' inquiries regarding why she hadn't touched much of her food. Since Molly couldn't confront Kristina about what had happened with Sonny without upsetting her, she finally lost it because it was clear that she was worried about something. Additionally, Molly wasn't sure if she should inform Che Ashford because she knew he would unavoidably approach Kristina and create tension. Molly was reminded by Alexis that it was best for the baby not to agitate Kristina. Since Molly intended to keep the kid far away from Kristina and all of her problems, she couldn't wait until after the birth. Now that she was back with Kristina, she discussed seeing Sonny so irrationally with Dante. This sparked conversation about the occasion when Sonny shot Dante before realizing Dante was his son. Dante said that wasn't an accident and that he shielded Sonny, partly out of fear of losing the father he had at last found. Kristina was worried that things would get worse and that she would be to blame even though she knew Dex wasn't filing charges as a result of her. Dante implied that if something occurred, he would also be at fault. During a run in the park on Thursday's Geek episode, Sonny ran across Jocelyn Jacks, Eden McCoy, and urged her to talk about whatever on her mind. Jocelyn drew attention to the fact that Dex was not filing charges on Kristina's behalf, as Michael had requested that he not do so in order to protect her. Jocelyn noted that if Sonny pursued Dex once more, it would only be because Dex was gracious enough to let him go. When Jocelyn ran with Blaze later, they both admitted what had happened with Sonny. Blaze expressed regret for not realizing earlier that Jocelyn was correct regarding Kristina's paternity. Dex was seated on a bench when Sonny approached him, and he instantly raised his guard. Sonny merely wanted to communicate, but Dex made it obvious that if this was an ambush, he wouldn't take it lightly. Sonny was glad Dex wasn't bringing any legal action because of Kristina. Whatever ill will they had harbored toward one another was gone, Sonny claimed. Given that Sonny wasn't one to back down from a grudge, Dex appeared dubious, but Sonny implied Dex didn't know him as well as he believed. Dex was a distraction, so Sonny decided to cut ties with him and said that he was no longer important to him. Sonny told him to keep it like way for Dex's sake. According to General Hospital spoilers, Dex will still need to exercise caution around Sonny. As a result, we'll be providing you with additional predictions on potential mayhem. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.